Under these circumstances, the League is withdrawing its sponsorship of the presidential debates scheduled for mid-October in Los Angeles. On the threshold of a new millennium, this country remains the brightest hope for all who cherish free speech and open debate. Americans deserve to see and hear the men who would be president face each other in a debate on the hard and complex issues critical to our progress into the next century.
The same media that created Donald Trump, that when he was elected president said, "How did this happen? Oh my gosh." They covered you, the broadcast networks, 36 seconds.
It took us decades to get to this point. It took decades for them to usurp our entire election system. It took decades for this to play out. And we have not been responding in real time, practicing citizen oversight in any real way, or holding our own integrity of how we hold our politicians to account.
And they thanked the League for all we had done and urged us to step aside. We did not.
We obviously need to get rid of the Electoral College and make sure that we have a direct popular vote. And get the money out of politics and have publicly funded election.
They had determined that they would pack the hall with their supporters, and they had determined the format. The campaign's agreement was a closed-door masterpiece.
This interstate cross-check, which is said to have possibly stripped the voter rolls of up to millions of people. So there's that issue, ensuring that we have a constitutional right to vote. Secondly, we need to ensure that voters are informed and empowered, and that means opening up debates.
People reported this all over the country. This party is infested with corruption. And if you want, it's like you want to do a strategy to take back the Democratic Party from within, you have to address the corruption and the fraud.
The DNC's own lawyers literally argued, we could have voluntarily decided that, look, we're going to go into back rooms like they used to and smoke cigars and pick the candidate that way.
A nation of suckers. Hitler needed these people. There was lots of work to be done. There were trade unions to be smashed, because unions were organized and might offer resistance. There were many political parties in Germany. These the Nazis destroyed. They were determined to smash every organization where people might band together and resist them.
Basically, the campaigns have dictated who will ask the questions, how the questions will be asked, how the cameras will be placed, what kind of photographs the cameras can take, who will sit in the hall, and where the press should be. The League has argued that an organization set up by the political parties is not an appropriate sponsor for presidential debates. The League of Women Voters is announcing today that we have no intention of becoming an accessory to the hoodwinking of the American public. Under these circumstances, the League is withdrawing its sponsorship of the presidential debates scheduled for mid-October in Los Angeles. On the threshold of a new millennium, this country remains the brightest hope for all who cherish free speech and open debate. Americans deserve to see and hear the men who would be president face each other in a debate on the hard and complex issues critical to our progress into the next century. In closing, let me issue this challenge. The League of Women Voters is urging you, George Bush, and you, Michael Dukakis, to rise above your handlers and to agree to join us in presenting the fair and full discussion the American public expects of a League of Women Voters debate. Thank you.